It's been almost a week that I'm trying to find a way to tell you why your accent is more important than what you think. In this journey, I found that there is a relationship between confidence and accent. So, imagine walking into a room full of strangers. You open your mouth to speak, and within seconds, everyone forms an impression of you. Fair or not, your accent plays a major role in that impression. But that's not the whole story. Did you know your accent can influence more than just how people perceive you? It actually can shape your communications, your confidence, and even your career prospects. So that's why you should watch this video till the end. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Live English with Puya. In this video, we're gonna talk about how accent influences your daily life. If you're trying to improve your English and actually want to make a great impact while you speak in English, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you will have some practical tips and plans. Yes, plans. For feeling more confident in the way you're talking. And let me assure you that I'm not gonna waste your time by extending my video up to 20 minutes with mumble jumbles. No, let's just dive into the content. Your accent is actually the first thing people notice about your speech. And the studies shows that listeners associate your accent with traits like confidence, intelligence, and friendliness. For example, a guy with clear and fluent accent might be perceived as more professional and more trustworthy. On the other hand, I know that it just sounds not good, but people with non-native accents and strong regional accent might be perceived as someone who is less confident in English speaking. What I'm actually trying to say is to focus on clarity over perfection. I don't want you to sound like native people. I want you to come up with methods. For example, saying gonna instead of going to. Saying without you instead of without you. Saying would you instead of would you. So that sounds more confident in English. According to one of the studies from Woolridge et al. 2023, speech comprehensibility and fluency significantly affect how listeners perceive and respond to the speakers. Beginner speakers often benefit from something called truth bias, which means listeners are more likely to believe them when they speak. That's because they are trying hard to convey only the meaning. But their limited fluency make them actually less confident in critical situations when they want to come up with arguments, reasoning, critical thinking. Another big thing that we have is that accent can create barriers in communication. For example, think about the word live and leave. What if you mispronounce them in a critical situation, in a job interview? For example, you say, I want to leave here. So maybe you were eager to say that you want to live here. Small misunderstandings like this add up, especially in important settings like work or travel. Try shadowing. Right after listening to someone like your teacher or a public figure or a native speaker, try to imitate and repeat the intonation, the rhythm of the sentence he says. For example, I say, I'll meet you at the station. Okay, you heard the tone, the rhythm. You have to pause and say it again. Have you ever hesitated to speak up just because you were worried about how your accent would sound? This is a very common experience. I have that too. But the more you practice, the more confident you'll feel. But confidence is not equal to perfection. It means that you know these are all casual. If you practice so much saying I think, I believe, I prefer, or I am eager to tell you, any kind of openings, these are openings. So you are very confident to start to speak. But if you didn't before, you are not confident enough to start to speak up, and you're gonna be shy, you're gonna hesitate, you're gonna stop, you're gonna leave. Even a research from Dong et al. 2022 revealed that people who are self-conscious of their accent avoid speaking English. And you have to know this, that building your confidence is not just about how you sound. It is mainly about how you feel when you speak. I make a lot of grammatical errors when I speak, but I still feel good about how I speak English. And I know that I'm gonna make errors more than this. One of the greatest examples is me recording these videos. Yeah, I make a lot of grammatical errors and I just don't stop. I repeat it or I re-record it. Even a small improvements matter and make big differences. For example, stressing the right and correct syllable, afternoon, not afternoon, or record and record as a verb. Record is a noun. Today, I will record the session. Everyone, this session is being recorded. According to a research from Woolridge again, 2023, employers value employees who can communicate their ideas clearly and confidently. Seriously though, think about your favorite English-speaking teacher or a public figure. What do you like about how they speak? Believe me, many language learners pick up pronunciation and rhythm just by mimicking their role models. For example, I remember we were just watching a TV series which was just for learning English. And I was trying to be like the guy in the TV series. So that's how it goes. You find your role model, try to mimic him. Remember, the pro tip is not to become that person. You have to find a balance between individuality and inspiration. A very new study, 2025, on university students' perceptions found that while native-like accent inspired learners to improve, some students felt pressured to be perfect. If this happened to you, you have to know that it's okay to have an accent. But what matters most is that people understand you. Wrapping this up, you have to focus on being authentic and clear rather than perfect. Don't be perfect. Slangs and informal speech forms play a major role in creating accents. These speech forms are not just informal ways of speaking English. They represent rich cultural histories and communities. For example, in African American vernacular English, we have forms like I'm finna do something, I'm finna go, meaning I'm about to go. Or the phrase he be working, meaning he is consistently working. As you see, these illustrate unique grammar and pronunciation patterns. Understanding these kind of forms helps your awareness, but you should not use them. They're not the main and universal form of English. While the slangs add depth and variety to a language, you have to know where and when to use it. For example, using AAVE phrases might not be suitable for formal presentation, but also can build rapport when using in informal situations. So the practical tip here is to understand and be aware of different cultural and regional slangs and we can say language forms. Your accent is part of who you are, but it's also a skill that you can improve. Start by picking one tip from this video to practice with this week. For all of you who are watching this right now, I have a daily practice plan right in the description section that you can download and start from right now. It actually has 5 steps from warm-up, shadowing practice, record and review, vocabulary in context, and real-life practice. Go and take a look, and if you liked it, like the video. What's that one thing you'd like to improve about your accent? Drop it in the comments below. Remember, your voice deserves to be heard, and with a little effort, it can resonate powerfully. See you in the next video. Peace out.